Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Friday. Everybody, you made it! You made it to Friday! Woohoo! Anyways, hair. How is everyone? I did some major healing this week, so I have the healing deck. I have 2 fairy decks and the enchanted unicorn, which I absolutely love. As you know, I'm on a little early today because I'm having breakfast with some of my people, and one of my people I don't get to see very often because I live on the other side of the country, so I'm excited. It's always nice to catch up with people that you haven't seen in a while. Anyways, so let's just get started. Let's jump right in. Happy Aloha Friday. It is Aloha Friday, and on Fridays I do oracles because it's fun. At least for me. I don't know about everybody else. Just to go over some ground rules. In the back of my mind, I'm asking for the right cards to come up for our initial guidance poll. But as per usual, if it doesn't fit, please do not try to force it. That will just cause you to overthink, drive yourself crazy, blah, blah, blah. Make you think, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. Sometimes the cards just are not meant for you. If it feels like it fits, but you're not sure, it could be a maybe, not necessarily a yes, not necessarily a no. So do more homework on it, do more thinking on it, do more meditating on it, whatever it is that you do when you need an answer. Again, yeah, do not force it. We're not always going to get an answer, right? But if you watch it all the way through, you never know, a couple days later, whatever didn't make sense might make sense. Also, you know what I should have done? I should have grabbed that deck, but I didn't. I was looking right at it too. It was the moon deck, because tomorrow's a full moon, right? It's around noonish, or 11:55, I think, a.m. Good morning, Auntie. It's about 11:55 in the morning tomorrow here in California. It will be at its fullest. So if you're on the East Coast, that's about 2:55. The UK, I think that's 7ish, almost 8. So there you go. So anyways, let's just get rolling. I've laid down the guidelines, laid down the rules, and look at that. It's ready. It's ready again. All right, so let's just go. Let's just go until we feel like we can't go anymore. So, all right, this is the first one that came up. There's something better. There's something better. I don't know. What are we always saying? This or something better. If you are fighting too hard for something that does not feel like it's fitting into your life, there may be something better out there for you. Okay? I know sometimes it's hard to let go. I know sometimes we don't want to let go. Sometimes we have to let go, right? Excuse me. Ooh. Someone's trying to block my flow. Or someone's trying to block my flow. No. All right. Sorry. I just had to tune in there for a second. So, again, there's something better. So, a lot of times we will try to manifest something, right? We will just say, I want this, I want this, I want this. But we don't leave any room for the powers that be to do their work. And when that happens, we're kind of stuck, right? So I always tell people, when you're manifesting, praying, setting intentions, always remember the phrase, this or something better. Or you can go a little bit more the distance and say this, the equivalent, or something better. If you just say this, like I said, you're narrowing the playing field. You're basically passing off the ball to your teammate while they're standing right in front of a wall of people. They might make it through, but if you throw it to them like they told you to, you're probably going to get through and you're going to get more yardage. Sorry, I don't know where that football metaphor came from. American football. Anyways, so yeah, but there is something better. Oh, and also one of the things I forgot to mention, I will always give you what comes off the top of my head. but I will also read from the book because I think the book is also just as important. I mean, there's a reason it comes with a book, and so sometimes they may cover something I don't. Sometimes it may be almost the same. Heaven has something wonderful. Oh, and also the last thing. Good morning, baby sibling. The last thing. Don't worry about where the message is coming from. Just worry about the message. I know a lot of different people might have a different source, a different higher power. Maybe you don't have one at all and you just go by gut instinct. Whatever it is, don't worry about where the message is coming from. Just focus on the message. So, again, the card was there's something better. And one last time, and I'll probably say this throughout, but when you are looking for something, setting intentions, praying, manifesting, whatever it is you're doing, always remember this, the equivalent, or something better should follow up, and then your thank you, your amen, or so it is, all those things. So there's something better. Heaven is something wonderful in mind for you. However, it's not the same thing you have planned. Ask yourself what you would rather have, the very thing you're asking for, or something that would make you much happier and more fulfilled. Sometimes God, higher power, has joys in store for us that we could never imagine on our own. Open your mind and heart to the possibility that you deserve even more than what you're asking for. Trust your angels to guide you in new and exciting directions. Oh, so there's number one. We didn't quite seem to get a story last week, but the last couple of weeks before that, they all just fit like one big sentence. So let's see. Ooh, see? There's something better, big happy changes. When you give yourself and you give your higher powers or the universe more wiggle room to work with, big happy changes can happen. Okay, big happy changes. It may not feel like it's coming fast enough. It may not feel like it's coming at all. And then one day, you get whacked right upside the head and you're with the happy stick. And you're like, whoa, when did that happen? A lot of times we're just not looking for it. A lot of times we just, don't give up, but don't obsess either. I know for me, I can obsess over things sometimes, like, oh my God, why isn't this happening fast enough? Baby sibling knows. God knows I've come to her enough, like, oh, would you please white light me because I'm just having a day. Good morning, Eileen. So just so you guys, just to kind of reiterate, I just started today. Today is the only day, unless otherwise noted, that I'm starting at 8 because I'm meeting with a friend around 9:30, so I needed to bang this out. So, and now you've heard my echo dot. So see, it's like a sign, right? So big happy changes. Leave room for big happy changes. And don't quit. Don't quit right before the finish line, right? How many of us have ever done that? Quit right before the finish line, and then all of a sudden the person standing right behind you gets all the whatevers, and you're like, oh, well, maybe I should have waited. Okay? Don't quit right before the finish line. I know sometimes it can feel like it takes forever. I know, I'm here, I'm with you, I get it. But we just have to trust. Open your heart and trust. That's a big one for me. Like I said, I chose the healing deck this week because I have done some massive healing this week that I did not think was possible. So, or I didn't even realize was there. So, big happy changes, big positive changes are coming into your life. You may find yourself on a new career path, entering a new relationship, or moving to a new home or city. Ooh. Embrace these exciting events, knowing that your angels will be beside you all the way. What you are asking about may require you to take leaps of faith, there's the trust and opening your heart, that seem frightening or beyond your ability. Trust that the opportunities before you are meant to bring you happiness. These options would not have presented themselves unless you were ready for them. Release your fears and follow your heart. Ta-da! All right, let's see what the next one is. Not the right time. Well, that's a little confusing, isn't it? Big happy changes, but not the right time. So I think it always seems when we have these sentence decks, like they come into a sentence, that there's always one that just kind of stands out by itself, right? Like, it's like, let's drag them in like it's a story, and then poof, we'll give them the card that, doesn't make sense in this grand scheme of things. Let me see what the next one is. Not the right time. No need to worry. Maybe it's not. Maybe it hasn't happened yet because it's not the right time. So maybe this one does fit. I don't know. It just was so random after those two. It's like every other card seems like a yay and oh, like this is what can happen, and then reality hits, right? But apparently it's not the right time. And this could be when I was talking about in the beginning, when I was laying out how the card readings go. If you're looking for an exact yes or no, and you're not getting it, but it feels like the card's resonating with you, it could be your maybe, or it could be that it's not the right time. So don't quit. Never give up. Never give up. Do not give up. Part of getting to the destination, the big part of getting to the destination, is the journey itself. That's where you learn everything. That's where you pick up, maybe you pick up your tribe. It's like a train, right? How many times, it's been a while since I've used a train metaphor, but think about it as being like a train, right? You're this long train, and you have different stops, and different stops you learn different things because it's all different. Some people get on, some people get off, if you ever circle back, they may circle back into your life. It's just, it's a process, and it's progress, and yeah, the train sometimes goes in a big loop around places, or it may come back, right? It may head back. So whatever your train of your life is doing, just remember that each station is like, a lesson, or it's something that's new to you, something you learn. Maybe it's something you pick up that you're excited about. Maybe a new train station stop was added along the way, and you're like, ooh, yay for that. And like I said, sometimes people are going to get on and off the train, and we can't help that. Everybody has to move on their own path, in their own progress, and in their own time. And like I said, sometimes they'll circle back, and sometimes we're just meant to keep moving forward and just remember the good times we've had with people. In which case, I think that's where the no need to worry card comes in. But let's see. Not the right time. This is not the right time presently for what you're inquiring about. This answer is not a no, just a not yet. Have patience. Your angels will give you a sign when the timing is perfect. And that's where that comes in. No need to worry. Stop worrying. Stop worrying. Worrying is like kryptonite. Okay? I mean, when has ever worrying turned out well? Right? I mean, you could work yourself up into a tizzy for absolutely no reason. You could work yourself up into an anxiety, and if you're someone who suffers from anxiety like regularly, that could just extend itself, right? And even after you find that everything's okay, you're just kind of like, crap, what'd I do to myself? I know it's hard not to worry. Okay, I have to remind myself every morning when I wake up, do not worry today. I have the Reiki principles. Today, I will not be angry. The second one is today, just for today, I will not worry. Okay, just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will do my work diligently. And just for today, I will be kind to all living things. But the very second Reiki principle is, just for today, I will not worry. And you say those every day. You set the tone for your day. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will not worry. And you try to live by those principles one day at a time. And if one day at a time is too hard, one moment at a time. Worrying is, like I said, it's kryptonite. It's kryptonite. And I get it. I've been there. I've done that. A lot of people who are going to watch this or who are watching it now, we've all been there. We've done that. And there are things you're going to worry about, obviously. I mean, we don't go through life without worrying about something. But if it's something that you cannot control, I mean, that's a fine line when we talk about control. But if it's something that's out of your hands, then just let it happen. Okay, sometimes you just got to go with the flow, as hard as it can be. So, I'm hearing this is the last one for this deck. Remain positive. Really? Do I need to say anything? I don't even think I have to tap in for that one. Good morning, Uncle Mark. I hope you don't mind me calling you that. Fridays, I'm not sure if you're aware, because I know you usually watch these on the replay, but Fridays are Oracle Fridays. but with little lessons in between. So I guess I don't know what else to call them. But yeah, remain positive. I'm not sure I really need to elaborate on that. That seems pretty cut and dry to me. Okay, right? No need to worry, remain positive. So there you go. There's our sentence. There's something better. Just, you have to allow it to happen. You have to wait for it. I know sometimes it's hard. Just, as a baby sibling always tries to tell me to get me out of my own head, go do your own thing. Just do what it is that you love to do, and everything will start to fall into place. When we try to chokehold something, like we have such a tight grasp on it, it is probably not going to happen because we're trying too hard. We're messing up our energy. We're messing up that vibe that we have, right? Because, and we're just kind of, we're shuttering our house. So nothing can get in. Nothing good can get in. And as you're shuttering, just all this stuff just starts building in there, right? So, yeah. So anyways, there's something better. Big happy changes when you wait and you start to do your own thing. Good things will happen. It may not seem like it. They may be big. Oh, sorry. They may be big. They may be small. But good things will happen. You just have to be able to see them. Open your heart and trust. All right. So big happy changes. For some people, right now may not be the time. You may have a lot of healing that's left. You may have a lot of things that are going on around you that you're just trying to get a handle on. Whatever it is you are inquiring about, it's not yet. It's not a no. It's just a not yet. Okay. And that's better than a maybe, right? But there's no need to worry. There's no need to worry. Go about your business. Go about your business and let things happen. And while you're going about your business and letting things happen, remain positive. Remain positive. Again, I know it's hard, but I just gave you I'll give you the first 3 Reiki principles. I'll repeat that third one. The first one, just for today, I will not be angry. Good thing to live by. Just for today, I will not worry. Another good thing to live by. Number 3, just for today, I will be grateful. No one's asking you to, run marathons today when it comes to, living your life. Just take it moment by moment, one day at a time. All right. So remain positive. The angels are asking you to keep an optimistic attitude. There's a very positive momentum beginning to build toward the creation of your desires. You're speeding your dreams along by maintaining a cheerful and confident demeanor. It may seem as though your plans are taking a long time to manifest, but very soon you will see a change. Don't allow yourself to lose hope when your dreams are so close to coming true. Don't quit before the finish line. I'm not sure what made me do it, guys, but something made me pull a card, and it was in the near future. And it just seems to go with this last part. It may seem as though your plans are taking a long time to manifest, but very soon you will see a change. Don't allow yourself to lose hope when your dreams are so close to coming true. Don't quit before the finish line. All right. Now I want to get to the healing deck. Like I said, this week I had a lot of time to heal. I was also creating. I was writing. Wasn't writing a lot, but I kind of got stuck in one story, so I kept going in a different story, making edits and all that stuff. And it started to open me up more and more because there were changes that I made that I realized a lot of the things that I've written in the past have really come from a place of pain or wanting and needing and all that other stuff. And then I read it and it's like, ooh, ew. So it's kind of like I make the point, but without adding all that other anxiety stuff, right? Because I'm changing. We're all changing. When we do the hard work and we go in, interesting things can happen. As I mentioned over the last couple of days, on Monday, I imploded so spectacularly that it would have just felt like, I don't know, like if ocean water met lava, right? And created a huge bay that we could go swimming in and with reefs and turtles and all that stuff. My Hawaii people know what I'm talking about there. But yeah, it was like this just big implosion. It was all inward and there was so much coming out of me. All this, it's like my depression. I was spiraling. I didn't realize how long I'd been spiraling and I finally hit bottom. And sometimes when we hit bottom, we look at bottom and think, oh, I can't believe I hit bottom. But when you hit bottom, you have a choice. You can keep digging, or you can start climbing out, or you can start figuring out how to climb out. That's right, Auntie. But that's exactly it. You can, happy Good Friday, Uncle. But you make that choice when you hit bottom. Do you want to keep spiraling and keep digging like you're a drill going to the center of the earth? Or do you want to figure out how to get out of that hole? And that's what I had to do. Normally I turn to different people to do this, but I realized, as I just had to lay down, I had to gather my head, and I realized no one was going to be able to help me through this but me. It was time that I, held myself up for once. Usually I have a lot of support. I always have a lot of support from one person, or another. I always know there's somebody I can turn to. And, but this time I had to do it for myself. A couple of months ago when I started my shadow work, I chose to break myself down into a million pieces and put myself back the way I know I was always intended to be. Not the way life had shaped me. And it wasn't easy. It was extremely hard. And it took a lot of work. I did. I felt broken for a long time. And Monday, I truly, truly felt like I was about as broken as I could get. And then I saw my strength. I had the courage to see my strength. And I amazed myself. And that's not a brag. If anything, it's a humble brag, but I think it's something that needs to be said, that needs to be heard, because I don't think a lot of people do actually realize how strong you have to be to pull yourself out of some situations, to pull yourself out of certain scenarios. And when I finally realized by Wednesday, because Tuesday I was bouncing back by Tuesday, in the later afternoon of Monday, I'd gone down and, I asked older sibling, don't try to fix it. Don't try to do it. Let's just watch TV because I need to process. By Tuesday, I started to feel better. And by Wednesday, I started to see the strength. And today, as I'm saying it, I'm actually realizing how much courage and strength it did take to pull myself out of that by myself. And I'm grateful. I mean, that's not to negate all the help I've received in the past, because I think knowing that I did have that net to fall in, whoever it was I would have reached out to, I know that I had to choose to do this myself. And I think the point for me is that it was exactly that. I had to learn to see my own strength. And it was a game changer for me. It was a huge game changer for me, because I realized I am strong. And now that I'm feeling stronger, I'm, able to truly, truly help people. And I try to help people anyways. And, I do the perspective to advocate for mental health, and Monday through Friday, sometimes during the Oracle, apparently. But I think what we miss is that sometimes, we help people because we don't know how to help ourselves. And this time I was helping people, and I know how to help myself. I know that I can reach out to people. And like I said, have a broad support group of people that you can turn to, okay? Because people have lives and people get busy. And they're not always going to be there for you. And it's not that they don't care about you. It's just they're busy. But it also might mean that, maybe you have support person over here who may have what you need to hear. And on a different day, you may have support person over there who may have what you need to hear. We're always guided, whether it's by your spidey instincts or your higher power, God, the universe, your source, whoever it is, to the right people that can help us. That's why it's good to have a broad network of people, so that you don't feel lonely when you do fall. It's usually when we're spiraling that we need people the most, right? Because we just feel like we're in a free fall, like we're just falling off a building forever and ever and ever, right? And of course, unlike Lois Lane, we don't have a Superman to come up and whoosh. But all your Supermans are the people who do see you. Sometimes you have to be brave enough to ask for help. And by that I mean, a lot of times when you have a dinged up mental health or you're going through some pretty traumatic stuff, you don't want to ask for help. You're ashamed, you're scared, you're afraid of being judged. That's where the bravery comes in. You have to choose you first. Don't listen to all that other negative stuff. Fear is a liar. Fear is straight up a liar. And it will do everything it can to hold you down. And, sometimes just pray. Right? I mean, I've mentioned in the past that I have a very broad spiritual table. But I'm not going to lie. Monday, I prayed. I went back to my roots. And I tapped God for that one. It's like, come on in the ring. I'm tapping you. tapping in God there. But, it's just stuff like that. Oh my God. You saw me shuffling. It's the self-love card. I love when that happens. I want to cry. I truly, truly love when that happens. Self-love is what got me through this. Self-love is 100% what got me through this. And I will tell you guys, I normally don't say things like this on this video, but I almost made myself cry yesterday. I was standing in the mirror fixing my hair because I went off to the movies yesterday, and the shirt that baby sibling made me, which I still love, she, I was a little thinner at the time when she had made it, and, my fear is really what helped me pack on the pounds. Just the emotional eating, the wanting to block people out. And, I figured the more undesirable I am to society, okay, not necessarily to the world, but the way we're programmed that you have to look a certain way. I figured if I don't look that way, then no one can hurt me. And I just looked in the mirror, and I could have left, hey, you may be a chubster out, but this is exactly what I said to myself. I'm all, you know what? Because I'm sitting there and I'm just kind of looking at my outfit. I'm like, well, it's fine. It fits. It's not tight. So I said, just face it. You're a chubster, but you're getting healthy, but you're still adorable. So just go out there and rock the shirt. Okay. Now I know I could have left that first part out. That is still where my healing comes in. That is still where I am learning how to love myself. But the fact that I actually complimented myself and didn't give a shit about what I had thought other people might think when I go out there, I didn't care. It was a Doctor Who / Fantastic Beast shirt, with the suitcase and the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside. And all I could think of was, I hope people notice my shirt. One guy did. But hey, shout out to my fellow nerd. But the point is I actually said that and I didn't take it back. I just kind of bounced out of the bathroom like, okay, let's go, And I saw the first signs of self-love. I could see that seed that I had planted was finally starting to reach up beneath the soil. And eventually it's going to grow and grow and grow. So let's do self-love. I am so excited about this card. I cannot believe it. I seriously cannot believe that's a card that came up. I'm so excited. Take time out to get to know yourself and what works for you in this particular cycle of your life. Some of the biggest obstacles to self-love are self-criticism and perfectionism, which lead to harsh judgment of the self, closing down, and eventually illness. High blood pressure, stress, depression, all those things. Have you been trying to compete with others, get approval from people in your family, or simply pushing yourself too hard? If so, you need to soften and start listening to your body. Focus on keeping your heart open and practice acknowledging and recognizing the good in yourself and others. This card beckons you to breathe love in and out at every moment of the day. Ask yourself, what changes do I need to make to my daily routine so that love can pulsate through every breath, action, relationship I engage in? Choose to open your heart through softness, deep breathing, relaxation, movement, finding beauty in nature, in your home, in your pain, in your love, in your sadness, in prayer, etc. Keep your heart open, though it makes you feel vulnerable and exposed. The other day I actually did a little coloring, like with my crayons and stuff. It said, free the floof. you know, and or be free. But before that, I said, I give myself permission to trust, to open my heart, and dot dot dot, and in big crayons, be free. And then in a little tiny writing on the side, I put, you are going to be okay. That is finding that healing. That, what does it say? Finding beauty in your pain. Some of the best songs in poetry are written by people who found beauty in their pain. For the life of me, it is escaping my mind right now. But I recently found out that a James Taylor song that I liked when I was growing up, and I still kind of like now, you know, it's just kind of mellow, right? That soft music. He wrote after he found out a friend had taken their own life. And it took about a month for him to find out, because he was traveling, and, you know, we don't have the kind of communication we have nowadays, right? We don't have a cell phone. Hey, or get a text. Hey, something bad happened. Call me. We didn't have that back then. But that song, which is such a beautiful song, came out of pain. It came out of sadness. And, you know, it may have helped other people down the road. Not me. I just liked it. I thought it was just a song. But when I found out what it meant, it was like, wow, you know what? Here's a person brave enough to share their pain, but they're sharing it through their music. And it's one of the reasons I advocate. I found that beauty in my pain. Pain can be ugly, yes. But when we start to see the beauty of it is that you're finding your strength. You're finding your courage. You're finding out what you are made of. Fire and rain. Thank you, older sibling. Fire and rain. I knew it was fire and something, but I couldn't think of what it was. It's a great song. Listen to it. Okay, it's actually, I think each verse covers something different, but it is a great song. So Auntie Charmaine says, yes, during my recent breakdown, I got out of bed after prayers. Now it will be getting 3 very needed blessings. The enemy had a hold on me badly for 5 months. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's a spiral. That's a spiral. I knew I was fighting off the baddies. She calls them the enemies. I call them the baddies. That's what I knew I was fighting off. Even yesterday, I had older sibling lay her hands on me. And I could feel her energy. And, you know, I'm not sure if people are familiar with laying your hands on people, but when I was growing up, I was raised Catholic. I know I'm a lapsed Catholic now, but when you lay your hands on someone, it's blessing them or it's giving them prayers. But I asked her to do that, and then I realized, okay, I know, stay with me here because we're going to go a little sideways on this. She was rebooting my chakras. No shit. I had no idea. I told her, you know, we actually ended up laying down because I know she hurts, and I felt so bad asking for her because she was in so much pain last night. But there was something drawing me to this. And so while she was giving me her energy, I was trying to give her mine. But I asked her, I said, can you place your hand here, here, here? And when I realized it, I asked her to move over 3 positions on my back which would align with my chakras. And then I realized what was happening. And for a moment, I told her, I said, I know this is going to sound weird, but I said, I feel like a part of me is dying. And she got worried, of course, because she's my older sibling. And then all of a sudden, but I said, it's not the way you think it is. And, you know, we're uncertain of why the lights flickered, whether she hit it or the cat stepped on it. But whatever it is, I still take that as a sign that the angels I was requesting help from heard me, because she was being attacked. The same hand she was using to help me with suddenly just started cramping. And I knew. And I'm not sure if it ever got better, but I did ask for help. And I told her, I said, minus the velociraptors, I said, it's like that scene in Jurassic Park, the original one, where they had to go reboot the entire park. That's what it felt like. And I can feel those wheels spinning now. I can feel all those chakras just doing what they're supposed to be doing. And the way we keep them in tune, the way we keep them flowing and turning in the right direction is with self-love. It's by trusting. It's by believing. It's by opening our hearts. You know, yes, we leave ourselves vulnerable. And yes, sometimes things are going to happen that just send us reeling and hurt like a bitch. But you know what? that's when we find our strength. It may not feel like it at the time, but that's when we find our strength. That's when we find what we're made of, and we push forward, and we keep going. We keep going. So you know what? God, I keep pulling these decks, but I keep feeling nope, now. Okay, yeah, this one feels right. Healing with the fairies. I know. Or nature angels, however you prefer to look at them. So thank you, Auntie. Okay, so if you have a Bible in your home, Auntie's sharing Luke 9, is to shake the dust from whoever is harming you or somewhere there was the baddies. By shaking the dust, such energy will have, or will leave. In Jesus' name. So there you go. Tell them that. If you were religious, if you believe in God, just say in Jesus, one thing that my friend a long, long time ago, she has since passed away, and I loved her to bits, Bunny. She used to tell me, she used to send me, she was so connected with me, she always knew. And I would get these random emails from her, and she says, I just want to remind you, my angel, she used to call me her angel. So I just want to remind you, my angel, to just remember, I'm a child of God, or get behind thee, Satan. I am a child of God, and only Jesus walks with me. Okay, now I know that doesn't cover everybody's beliefs, but whatever it is that you believe in, there's always going to be that energy, whether it's an internal fear that we just allow to blossom into something horrible, like the thing in Stranger Things, or whatever. We have to be stronger than that. And it's not always easy. That's where support comes in. Those are your battle mates. Those are the people that will help you fight when you cannot fight for yourself. Now sibling does pray. And so every so often when I start feeling, they'll be like, there's nothing you can do for me. Just pray for me. I'm out, because I can't handle this. And sometimes we have to tap out. Sometimes we have to step out of that ring, right? I don't even watch wrestling, but I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, sometimes you have to be brave enough to ask for help. And it's okay to ask for help. The right people will help you. And if they don't know how to help you, if you don't know how to help somebody, just sit there with them. Just make sure they're okay. All right. So, number 1, moving forward fearlessly. Yes! See, it's just happening throughout the text, across the board. Self-love will allow you to move forward fearlessly. Because when you love yourself, boom, you are shining like, I don't know if anybody can see those Planet Fitness commercials outside of the United States, but when they show those people glowing after they walk out of the gym, that's your vibe, right? That's your energy, your aura, your everything. That is your personal shield. And the higher we vibe, even on bad days, the more we are able to fight things off. Think of it as like in Harry Potter, right? The Prisoner of Azkaban. When Harry casts his Patronus, well, he thinks it's his dad, but Harry casts sorry if it's a spoiler alert, guys, but that movie's like, what, about 18 years old now? So, or 15 years old, whatever it is. When he casts his Patronus, right, and all the Dementors, who are this crazy, soul-sucking, freaky-ass things, just start bouncing off. Think of your energy like that, right? I just throw ideas out there because what you think can become your reality. Maybe you're not going to cast a Patronus with a wand, but what you're doing is you're saying, hey, you know what? I saw that and that's my vibe, so I'm going to just shoo off all the Dementors, whatever you want to call them, baddies, Dementors, the enemy. We do that by putting up our shield. But don't put up your shield so tightly that nobody can get in. In a way, I truly believe that there are parts of us that are intended to be vulnerable so that we can learn those lessons. We can bring in the things that we do need to learn, but also bring in the people who will teach it to us. You're building your own personal army of sorts, your own spiritual army, your tribe, the people who will protect you and who you will protect when they need you. So again, moving forward fearlessly. Let's see what this one has to say. I believe this book has affirmations in it, so that's good times. You are making big breakthroughs in your life by putting your divinely inspired ideas into action. Trust that you were guided each step of the way. Those gut feelings, dreams, and strong impulses you've been getting aren't just examples of wishful thinking. They represent the germination of new projects and situations that are vehicles for your divine life mission. I love that. I was just talking about that seed coming up, right? The germination process. Don't ignore these gifts from heaven, which come on the wings of repetitive, strong thoughts and feelings. The fairies ask you to honor your inner feelings by taking at least one step today in the direction of making your dreams and desires a reality. Fearlessly take one step to dismantle any part of your life that is out of integrity. Take another step toward realizing your heart's desire. Even a tiny step that is remotely related to improving your life will make you feel that you're soaring with the fairy realm. Keep taking one step a day, and soon your dreams will be a reality. Okay, I don't know who this is, but no. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. How rude. So anyways, sorry. Someone literally was coming on to my live feed to ask other people who are watching, who are my family and friends, to read for them. Guys, be careful with these people. So, you know. And you, go away before I block you. Seriously, that's rude. Alright? So, anyways. As we keep going, see? That's the enemy. That's the baddies trying to poke. Because we were on this perfect flow of what we were talking about. When they say move forward fearlessly, do something today that will help you on your path. That will help you in your, that will help you, well, that will, okay, so see, this is what I'm talking about because I totally lost my flow. That just kind of threw me, but okay, just give me a second to just kind of, so, when it says the fairies ask you to honor your feelings by taking at least one step today in the direction of making your dreams and desires a reality. Fearlessly take one step to dismantle any part of your life that is out of integrity. Take another step toward realizing your heart's desire. Even a tiny step that is remotely related to improving your life will make you feel that you are soaring with the fairy realm or your nature angels. Keep taking one step a day, and soon your dreams will be a reality. This one step, there's my thought. This one step could just be saying, I deserve to take that step forward. You could just even journal, write it down, whatever it is that you do that can get your mind back into that frame of thinking that will allow you to take those steps forward. And if you are unable to do one day at a time, do one moment at a time. Okay, just keep walking forward. Not going backwards, not taking that step back could be the biggest step you make for today. It could be the one that's remotely related. Because you have a vision that you deserve good things. Even that could be your big step forward. Realizing that you deserve those good things. So the affirmation is, I move forward fearlessly, trusting that each step I take is perfectly guided. Actually, I'm going to keep that out because I want to save that. I want to be able to use that for later. So I can put these in the comments, okay? I'm going to put the affirmations in the comments on YouTube and here. So if you're watching this on Twitter, oh, I don't think I put them on Twitter on Friday. But if you are, happen to just see it there. The affirmations are in the comments. And creative expression. You know what? I have to tell you, making my earrings this week, it's kind of saved me. Believe it or not, I never knew I had this in me. Okay, making these things. But even baby sibling said, she's just like, you know, she's like, because I said, I didn't even know I had this in me. Who knew I could do this? She's like, I know, but you're doing it. So yay. And it was a so yay. And to be honest with you, the reason I started doing this was because, like I said, I am not overly familiar with having anxiety, but I've been having it a lot lately. And this helps me get myself out of my head and back into my heart. And I love creating things. I love how people just kind of connect with some of these things, you know, and just get so excited. Because, you know, when no matter who you are, if you like to wear jewelry, see, I don't wear a lot of jewelry. I mean, what you're basically seeing on me now is what I wear. But I love earrings. I love earrings. And I can't wear super heavy ones either because, I have very sensitive ears. I know, seriously. But so I just started kind of making them for myself, just to kind of make me feel happy, make me feel good, about just being in my own skin for a while. And suddenly it's turning into something bigger. I mean, I sold 2 pieces yesterday. I was like, whoa, and I do have to thank Leah for that, because Leah got me kind of going, saying, hey, you know what, Jeannie, my cousin, and her are doing, they have a booth next week at a Pacific Islander Fest in San Diego. She's like, make some, we'll sell them. It's like, okay. So I'm excited about that. But creative expression can be so many things. It could be freeform dancing. It could be singing at the top of your lungs. It could be drawing in the sand if you're at the beach, right? It could be building a sandcastle. Creative expression is not just about drawing something that other people can see. Creative expression is about how you express yourself in a very positive, loving, joyful way. There's a lot of different ways you can break that down. But, I mean, it's like when you watch people dance, right? I love watching people dance. I mean, I was telling some of you earlier this week that we're on that is the truth behind how I tore my knee. I was doing my own choreography. No one would ever see it. But I used to love to dance before I hurt my knee. And I still do. It's just I got to be a little more careful, obviously. But yeah, that was kind of my thing. But I was just so afraid to be openly creative with people. But for me, it was how I expressed myself. It's how I got my emotions out. So, and singing and writing. Writing's a big one. So, your heart needs an outlet to express powerful emotions. By drawing this card, you're urged to engage in an artistic or creative endeavor. The fairies sing, dance, and make beautiful decorations as a way of expressing their heart's joyful energy. You too are urged to create an outlet for creative expression. Anything artistic or creative will make your heart sing with joy and will allow you to get in touch with your true inner feelings and divine guidance. Painting, flower arranging, photography, I love photography, sand or snow sculpting, writing or composing songs are wonderful examples. Did we not just cover some of those? I forgot painting, guys. Your creative expression doesn't need to be skillful or perfect. In fact, the most therapeutic types of creative activities allow you to paint outside of the lines. In other words, don't worry whether your creative project is perfect or marketable. Let go of all goals and judgments and instead create with childlike exuberance and enjoy. The affirmation: I am a highly creative and artistic person. I now allow this side of myself to be expressed. I did, and I am amazed. I did not know like I said, I did not know I had that in me. I did not know that could be a thing in my life. My mother was really good at stuff like that. She was very creative. I mean, she could make birthday cards that are so elaborate. I mean, you would need a map to figure out how to put it back together. It's like you had to follow all the creases. She was very good at making creases so you could close it again. But God, some of her stuff that she would make, it was better than the stuff you could buy in the stores, because not only was it heartfelt and made with love, it was, so elaborate that you knew it was more than just someone slapping a couple of words on on a piece of paper they folded in half. It was amazing. So, she also made earrings from time to time. I'm still trying to figure out how she did some of them, but I still have a pair that she made a long, long time ago. But yeah, I never thought I had that. I thought it was the writer, and I get that from my dad because he likes to write. But I thought that was my creative expression, was secretly singing and dancing when no one can see me, and writing, which also nobody sees. I know. I got to get over that George McFly syndrome. So anyways, okay, there's 2 cards. So let's just go with those 2. But yeah, just no matter what it is that you do, just allow your creative flow to come through. Okay. Let's see. Bury Me, Berry, and Strange Fruit. So, Bury Me. This is kind of this is like a very Zen card. Take some time for yourself. Bury me. Take some time for yourself. Enchanted Unicorn. So number 9. You know, taking time for yourself is also a big part of self-love and self-care. A lot of times we give so much to so many people and then we forget about ourselves and then we start to fall apart. Mentally, emotionally, physically, all those things. I've done that in my past. I do not recommend it. It kind of sucks. But we do have to make time for self-care. Take time for self-care. Because if you do not, your body will find a way to make you do it. You know, and that sucks. So take some time for yourself. The very chill unicorn there. And this is the red currant berry. Red currants are believed to purify the blood with their astringency and wealth of vitamins and minerals contained within. However, they are sharp and acid and they are sharp and acid and require sweetening. The bright red berries of the red currant resemble tiny rubies and promise better days ahead. So they promise better days ahead. Magically, red currants are used in love spells, and this includes self-love rituals. Oh, there you go. Self-love rituals. Thank you, Auntie. So, Bury Me gently reminds us to stop trying to do so much or take too much on. This unicorn with eyes closed is suffering from a busy, scattered mind that says, bury me under the eider down and let me rest. This sense of overwhelm stems from putting everyone else first and yourself last, leading to the feelings of anxiety and stress. Practice the art of saying no to demanding work colleagues, friends, and family members. The appearance of this card highlights the classic bitten off more than you can chew trap. Explore the reasons why you do too much for others at the expense of your own mental and physical health. Is it guilt or the need for control? Everyone's overwhelm limit is different, and it is important to remember that if you feel the need to judge others for not doing enough. It is important to remember that if you feel the need to judge others for not doing enough, you may feel I don't know how I did that, but I skipped right over to the next card. You may feel virtuous for taking on so many things, but at what expense? Give yourself a much needed break, time to relax and ponder, and space to think and create. The suggestion for this one, the practice, is to take a pajama day. Take a jammy day. Give yourself just one day and the permission to do whatever you fancy. No musts or shoulds or have-tos. Just acres of free time and no demands. You can even stay in your pajamas all day, eating tasty snacks and not answering any phone calls or emails. Pure bliss. I know some people may find that hard and difficult to do. I was even in those situations before. It was like, no, I have to get this done. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to get that done. And I would fall apart. I have to tell you, since I started practicing self-care, I actually get sick a lot less. Knock wood. I mean, I still get my sinus headaches from time to time, but I can't remember the last time I had a cold. And I've been under a lot of stress. You know, I mean, trying to find a job is not easy. Trying to figure out how to pay the bills is not easy. But I've noticed I do take time for myself. No matter how stressed and crazy life gets, I do my best to take time for myself, and I have to. Otherwise, my brain gets out of control and I spiral. And the one thing I did find is that when I did fall apart spectacularly on Monday, that it's been a long time since that's happened. And I think because it's been a long time, that was the day it was meant to happen. I think that was the day that was really kind of pushing me into this new chapter and this new acceptance of the fact that I do need to open my heart, that I do need to trust, learn how to trust and stop trying to control everything so tightly. So I don't know who needs to see that card, but if you need to see that card and it's resonating with you, then you need to take time, or your body will make time for you, which usually means you become sick, or you become so overwhelmed you just can't function, so you're forced to take downtime. When it is your choice, it is much easier. When it is your body's choice, it can be a lot of doozies, big time doozies. So take time to take care of yourself, you know, even if you just spend a couple of minutes, you know, even in the shower, right? It's like they talk about rituals where you can just wash the day off you, but just instead of thinking about all these different things that you have to do, you know, and when you're laying in bed trying to fall asleep, that's why a lot of times I can't fall asleep. I have too much going on in my head, like all this chatter. Just try to quiet your mind. It's not always easy. It does take practice for some people. It took practice for me to learn how to quiet my mind. It took me, almost a month to learn how to meditate effectively without putting myself to sleep. I mean, it's not a bad thing if you fall asleep. Sometimes that's going to happen, and that's okay. But it took me a long time to quiet the chatter in my head. I used to wonder, because I do say my prayers before I go to bed, but I'm laying in bed. I'm not sitting next to the side of my bed. I used to tell older sibling, I said, God, I don't understand what's going on. It's like the minute I start to pray and say my nightly prayers, I'm out like a light. It's because I'm getting out of my head and I'm quieting the chatter. And yes, I just realized that right now. So, number 12, strange fruit. Strange fruit. Oh, that's only a couple cards down. Embrace your differences. Oh, this is a good card to end on. Embrace your differences. We live in a world right now where everybody judges each other. Not everybody, but a lot of people judge each other for their differences. It's time to stop, okay? I'll be honest with you. I am not a fan of cancel culture. I get why some people get canceled because they should be canceled. But I also don't get why, we don't open dialogue on certain things. And there are some people who people try to cancel. And it's like, so your idea of healing is to just get rid of something. It's not a bug. You can't just squash something and then, chuck it into the trash. These are experiences. These are things that come up so that we can open the dialogue and have honest and maybe sometimes painful conversations about certain things. Certain things in life trigger people, and I think that's why they want to, they just don't want to think about it. So they just say, well, we need to do this and we need to do that. Yeah, we're trying to be a more open group. But the only way to teach people is to guide them. It's to not yell at them, but to chat with them, to talk with them. If they start yelling, just walk away. Maybe they're not the person you need to talk to. Or I know it's not always easy to take the high road. It sucks. I know. Because you feel like when you're walking away that you're giving them the upper hand and letting them be right. No, because eventually someone will come along and they'll yell back and they'll yell louder. But it shouldn't destroy your peace. You shouldn't allow it to destroy your peace. Some people just cannot be spoken to. Or maybe you're just not that person that they need to hear it from. It might be somebody else, or a situation in their life might upend them and say, oh, I remember that conversation I had with so-and-so. And turns out they're right. And then you never know. They may come knocking on your door saying, I'm really sorry. And I'm not sure if that always happens, but it can. We just have to believe. We have to trust. But don't stop. Don't stop preaching, or no, don't stop preaching. Don't stop preaching. Don't stop sharing your word, because someone out there will listen. It's like I said to somebody this morning in a conversation I was having on Twitter. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Right? That's the saying. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. But guess what? Some of them will. Some of them will. And they will find a way to lead others back to that water to drink. Some of them won't. Some of them will just say, ooh, okay, I'm not thirsty anymore. Good thing I drank. Good thing I followed that one's lead. They may not follow your lead, but they might follow somebody else's lead. And that might just be the healing they need. Not everybody is meant to advocate. Not everybody's meant to put their life out on the line for everybody to see. Some of us are chosen. And other people may find down the road that they are. It's a choice. But it's your choice. Just because you're healing doesn't mean you have to put your life out there. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about that if you don't. It just may not be your thing. Or maybe writing a book is. Or maybe just sharing amongst the people around you. Just learning some of the lessons that we learn and sitting down with somebody and just listening might be a lesson that we've learned. I've had to learn that the hard way. I've had to learn that I cannot fix other people's problems. They have to do it themselves. But I can sit there and be a shoulder. I can sit there and be someone to lean on. I can be an ear and an arm to hug. Okay, so the sweetbriar, wait, is this the one? Sorry. The sweetbriar rose is grown for its honey-eyed apple scent and plump red rose hips. Once the flowers have bloomed, they fall from the plant, leaving behind the shiny red beauties packed full of vitamin C. Rose hips make delicious jams. Oh yeah, we know all that. All right. So eccentric, colorful, hedonistic, dare to be different. Strange fruit whispers, you don't have to conform. This, I can hear older sibling laughing already. You don't have to conform. This unicorn represents the archetype of the artist and the philosopher, the unconventional, the weird, and the wonderful. Embrace your differences, your oddness, your avant-garde ways. Just be yourself unapologetically. Rage against the beigeists, right? That's the, I don't know. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Just the people that say, nah, you know, like you're supposed to live this way. You're supposed to do it this way. They don't leave any room for growth. They just leave room for, well, this is how it's supposed to be done. That's controlling behavior. Been there, done that. Sometimes been the one who's done that. So, so rage against the beigeists, those humorless people, dull, bland, and conformist who like to keep you in your place. It's a term coined by the gallus Scottish comedian Billy Connolly. I love him. He's so funny. Some people are meant to be beige and others are meant to be colorful rainbows, and there's no use trying to fight it. The unicorn encourages you to lift yourself up out of the mundane and try something wonderful, silly just for fun. If you feel you've been judged for being too much or too out there, this card is telling you you're not. I love that. I think that's perfect. I 100% think that's perfect. And I like the fact that we're ending on that. So anyways, it might be a while before I upload these to YouTube because I got to get my butt going, get my butt in gear and get going. But I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day today. Remember these, okay? I'm going to repeat the affirmations one last time. Let's see. The moving forward fearlessly is the one I really want to reshare really quick as I let you go. I move forward fearlessly, trusting that each step I take is perfectly guided. You have got to trust yourself first and foremost before you can trust anybody else. That's also where self-love comes in. When you have self-love, it helps you to shine that love outward and to other people. Okay, so I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, please. Self-care, self-love, all those wonderful things. Keep moving forward. All right, ho'omau. Keep moving forward. If you fall down, stand up where you fell. Okay, if maybe you accidentally took a couple steps back, don't panic. Don't panic. We all do that. Sometimes we take a couple steps back, and sometimes we're meant to take a couple steps back. You know, and then you just keep going. You just keep going. Don't keep rolling backwards. Just try to find a way to move forward. All right. My mother always said, don't look back. You're not going that way. An older sibling added on to that and say the only time you should look back is to see how far you've come. So again, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Have a great, great weekend, guys. It's Friday. Enjoy your days. Go out there, do something silly. Go out there, do something fun. Be crazy today. All right. Be crazy every day. The more you find that you can have fun, the more ways you are going to find to have fun. God bless you too, Uncle. Thank you. I love you too, Auntie. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging in there. I hope everybody has a great day, a great weekend. I will see you back here for Monday, Hodgepodge Monday. I think I'm going to advocate a little about mental health. So a friend sent me a great article. It's something I've been working on, and I wanted to get all the notes down right so that it flows. All right. I just wasn't prepared to do it this week, considering all the stuff I had to do with my healing. So again, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.